Alright, we are going to get back at it. Start chipping away at some more stuff. Went and got some morning coffee. Go pack. Alright, so obviously there's the bolts on the top of the fender. There's a cross brace here. I think I can leave the hinges on the fenders for now. Figure out if I need to do anything with those. The inner wheelhouse bolts along the outer wheel lip. That's got to get pulled out. And I'm sure there's some almost impossible to find bolts that I'm going to have to come across and figure out as I go. So I'm going to start hammering away at this. And yes, for those that maybe noticed, I was having air pressure regulator issues on the compressor. So I was having such a hard time kind of getting things broke loose. But changed the regulator on it, seems to be much better. So hopefully things like this will work a lot easier or better than they did before. They are coming out reasonably easy. And of course, famous last words, something's going to snap here at some point, I think. Yeah, fixing the regulator on that compressor made a big difference. That was a little stubborn. Let's just spin it. Let's see what's on the other side if I can get a look at it. Yeah, the retainer broke on the other side, the Jesus clip or C clip, whatever you guys call it. So I'm going to have to find some way to clamp that from the other side and get that one out. That's it right there. You can see it's broke. Just yeah, we got to try and cut it. can't get a good bite on it from the other side, so I'm just going to try cutting the head off. Go from there. Point of no return, right? Try turning the wheel, get it out of the way. Hey, this cutoff wheel sucks. Just keep going at it. Maybe I can just pound that off. Yeah, I know flathead screwdriver isn't the right thing to use, but that's what's in front of me right now. Half-ass tools will get it done. Where's the head? Let's see if we can pop this on here. I think we have a win here, people. I'll get the camera angle here. Oh, that's the one that didn't break. And there you go. Out. Primitive hammerhead way to do it, but it's out. And we got a bolt there as well on the side of the core support. And that one there is going to have to come out because that's holding the bottom edge of the fender behind the grill. Zip those out quick too. There they go. Alright, we're going to have to unbolt from the Valance, or Valance, I guess, depending on how you pronounce it. We got two here. There was one in the middle, there's going to be two on the other side, but we're just going to zip these off for now. Alright, let's crack them loose. And that one's spinning. Alright, we got another one where the retainer broke. Need to get a clamp on that one. Well, spare you the details, we'll just get it off probably the same way we did with the one in the wheel well. Alright, we got the valance off. I did have to cut that one bolt. There's the rubber seal that goes around the gap between the bumper and the fender. That's just kind of a press fit on these tabs. Got that side off, and now we're going to move on. You can get the battery tray out of here. A lot of years worth of accumulation underneath this thing. So, battery tray's out, it's actually pretty solid. Alright, we got the rocker molding off. It's one piece from wheel well to wheel well. So if the fender's coming off, the rocker molding's got to come off. There's little rivets all the way down. Plastic retainer clips fit onto this, and then the rocker molding snaps onto those. Some of them were salvageable, some of them came apart in pieces, but I'm pretty sure you can get those things not remanufactured, but repopped. So there's two bolts down here, got to get those off, and kind of surprised how solid the rockers, the lower quarter on this side, the fender, as rotted out as the roof is, and hence the flooring spots. There's some really good stuff on this car. It's kind of bizarre how nature takes its course on a car that sits versus one that gets driven. So yeah, gonna get those bolts off. Don't forget your safety glasses. Oh, and if I remember right, there's going to be shims underneath. That's what's used to kind of make the gap here what it should be. So hopefully keep record, or keep track of how many shims are in this. So if this goes back together, I'm not rustling trying to get things right. Should be a lot of crap that falls out of here. This one, the whole stud came out. This one, just the nut came off. So, can't really see. Well, you know what? We'll grab this. Let's show you. The bottom of the fender is slotted. So when these studs are in place and you're putting the fender back on, It's got some place to rest, and you can put that nut on kind of loosely and mess around with the adjustments on things. Alright, found another one. Like I said, I've never taken one of these apart, so I'm kind of learning as I go. Found another kind of hidden one inside the door jamb. You come in right here at the rear upper peak of the fender. You got a nut and or a stud and a nut. So we're gonna zip that out and see what we're left with. Hey, found another one. This one's kind of sneaky, but you got this water trough, I guess you'd say what this is. I think what this does is this rainwater catches and folds down here. It catches in this and kind of diverts it away from the bulkhead that's underneath there. But if you pull this thing out, ha! Look at that. Hidden bolt, or hidden nut. So that is part of what has been hanging me up. Apparently the inner wheelhouse can come out before the fender's off. Lo and behold, there's one more bolt. You know what? I'm going to show this to you. Okay, hidden behind the inner wheelhouse is this cross brace bolted to the firewall. One last one to get out. Luckily it's breaking loose real easy. What happens. Let's see, so far, got the grill out, the bumper off, front valance out, the hood, and the driver's side fender, which is it's a learning experience. Like I said, I've never pulled one off before. Gonna get the other side off and get the radiator support out, but I think this is where we're gonna kind of end it for this installment. I guess we'll turn this around and kind of back up a little bit. So that's where we're at so far. Like I said, I can't imagine the passenger side fender is going to be any different than the driver's side, so no sense in filming it. You know, then we can kind of jam it out. It's a few AC lines that are still sitting here, but none of that's going to be too difficult to work around. Yeah, like I said, it was a little bit of a learning experience where the hidden stuff is, and having to cut a few things. But like I said, surprisingly, considering the overall condition of this car, nothing really fought me too much. Everything kind of broke loose pretty decent. So I'm going to end it here for today, and I'm going to try and get this fender off. You know, I might do a little bit. I can't imagine once the fender's off, there's probably not a whole lot left to get in the core support off. You know, looks like we got a bolt there on either side. And there might be a few things hiding in here, but I think that's going to be pretty easy. So, I, as always, do appreciate you tuning in. If you hit the subscribe and the like and the comments and all that good stuff, I do appreciate it. So, until we do another installment, I think the next thing is going to be actually getting the subframe out. And until then, thanks for tuning in to Buckle Up Garage. Later.